Hey everyone, welcome back to The Simple Dad. So if you got your Samsung Galaxy phone, there's a good chance you only use a fraction of what it can actually do. So Samsung has packed some genuinely useful features into one UI that can save you time, reduce frustration, improve security, and even help you get more done throughout the day. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 8 Samsung Galaxy features that you should definitely be using. But before we jump in, I need a quick favor. If you enjoy Samsung tips, tricks, and simple tech guides, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below telling me which feature is your favorite. And here's something that surprised me. Only 13% of my subscribers are actually watching these videos regularly. Come on guys, let's get this number up. If you're subscribed, make sure you turn on the bell notification so you don't miss future uploads. Your support really helps the channel grow and allows me to keep making these videos. Now let's get started. So let's start with something simple. Many Samsung users have notification badges enabled on their apps. So these are little numbers that appear in the corner showing how many unread emails, messages, or notifications you have. At first, they seem useful, but for many people, they quickly become stressful. Seeing hundreds of unread emails every time you unlock your phone isn't exactly relaxing. Imagine finishing a busy day at work and unlocking your phone. So rather than seeing 134 unread emails, 28 WhatsApp messages, and dozens of app notifications screaming for attention, you simply see a few discrete dots letting you know there is something awaiting. So your home screen immediately feels cleaner and less overwhelming. So here on my screen, as you can see, I have 10 emails waiting to be read in Gmail. So fortunately, Samsung allows you to switch from a numbered notification badges to simple notification dots. So instead of seeing the exact number of unread notifications, you simply see a small dot indicating that something needs your attention. So to change this, you want to go ahead and long press on your home screen, tap on Settings, scroll down and find App Icon Badges. Go ahead and turn this feature on and then go ahead and switch it from number to dot. Now press Home, and now wherever you have a notification, so for example, Gmail, you'll see a dot at the top right of the app, just like this here. So this small change can significantly reduce notification anxiety and make your phone feel less cluttered. You'll still know when something requires your attention, but you won't be constantly reminded of growing notification counts every time you look at your screen. Now, Samsung has been putting a lot of effort into AI recently, and one of the most interesting combination is using Bixby alongside Perplexity. This allows your phone to perform more advanced tasks that previously would have taken a lot of manual effort. So one great example is maybe searching your photo library using natural language. So you can go ahead and ask your phone to find specific images based on what's inside. So for example, maybe a photo containing something red. So let's say you saved a restaurant menu, event tickets, Wi-Fi passwords, or product registrations, and countless screenshots over the years. You know there is a QR code somewhere in your gallery, but scrolling through thousands of photos isn't exactly practical. Instead, you simply ask Bixby to find all the photos containing the QR code. Within moments, the relevant images are gathered for you. So here, I'll just go ahead and demonstrate this for you. Hey Bixby, find me all the photos with the QR code. So there we go. It's basically showing me all the QR codes I have accumulated throughout the years on my Samsung Galaxy device. Let's go ahead and ask something else. It can also book you a taxi or order you food. So here I'll go ahead and show you how it can book me a taxi. Hey Bixby, please book me a taxi from Birmingham Airport to Birmingham City Centre.
I've opened the Uber app to book your ride from Birmingham Airport to Birmingham City Centre.
And there we go. So from Birmingham Airport to Birmingham City Centre, and it's giving me all the available fares which I can apply. So this is AI solving a real world problem rather than simply being a novelty feature. So instead of wasting time manually searching through your gallery, your phone does the hard work for you, helps you find exactly what you're looking for, or instead of wasting time manually going through the Uber app, booking yourself a taxi, just go ahead and speak to it and it does the job for you. Now this next feature is interesting because hardly anyone talks about it. In fact, I don't see many videos covering it at all. It's called Now Nudge. So the funny thing is you're probably already benefiting from it every day without even realizing it. So Now Nudge quietly learns your habits and routines and then provides suggestions at the right time. It looks at how you use your device and attempts to predict actions that might be useful. So here's an example. I'll go ahead and message something to my phone. So here I've received some messages. I'll go ahead and open up my Samsung message. And here it's basically telling me, hey, call me on this certain number. And then it's asking me, are you free 13th June? So as you can see, now Nudge has basically recognized that and it's basically telling me to view my calendar. So if I tap on view my calendar, this will show me my calendar and will basically go straight to 13th of June. And as you can see, I am actually free on 13th of June. So I can go ahead and reply to the person, yes, I am free. So how do you enable this feature? So to enable this feature, you want to go ahead and open up your settings, scroll down and find Galaxy AI. Now from here, scroll down and find the Now Nudge feature. Tap on this, go ahead and switch this feature on. So as it reads, Now Nudge understands what's on your screen and suggests helpful information and features. So here, if you scroll down, you can get things done quickly. So Now Nudge understands what's on your screen and suggests relevant actions like creating a calendar event or sharing photos. It can recall information you need. And you can go ahead and choose which data from personal data intelligence to use to provide nudges. So if I tap on this will now show me all the available apps from which it can basically share information and use it to interact with the user. So the result is a smoother experience with fewer taps and less searching. So instead of hunting for apps, information, or settings, your phone proactively places useful suggestions where you can access them quickly. So it's one of those features you barely notice until you realize how often it helps you throughout the day. Now, next up is one of the coolest AI features Samsung has introduced is the ability to use audio eraser and voice focus on media you're actively watching. So most people think audio eraser only works when editing your videos you've recorded yourself. But Samsung has taken things a step further. You can now reduce unwanted background sound and boost speech while watching content, helping voices become clearer without needing headphones or external speakers. So whether you're watching a YouTube video or a TikTok clip, a social media reel, or even one of your own recordings, Samsung can help separate voices from distracting background noise in real time. So imagine you're scrolling through YouTube and you come across a great video, but the creator recorded it in a noisy environment. Maybe there's traffic in the background, wind noise, loud music, or someone is maybe hoovering, or people are talking nearby. So normally you would either struggle to hear what they're saying, or you would turn the volume up, or you would basically leave a comment saying, audio is not right on this video. So, but with audio eraser and voice focus, your Samsung Galaxy device can reduce those distractions and make the person's voice stand out much more clear while you're watching. So the same applies to TikTok videos, Instagram videos, Snapchat videos, family videos recorded, and other media content. So let me show you how to enable this. So here we'll go ahead and just tap on a video which I have just created. While the video is being played, you can go ahead and bring down your quick panel menu, and here you'll see audio eraser. Now it has automatically recognized that you're playing YouTube in the background. So you see YouTube there. Tap on this, and now you can go ahead and turn the feature on. So this will basically apply to all the videos you're watching on YouTube. Here you can go ahead and choose the strength. So if you want less audio eraser strength or more audio eraser strength. So this will basically reduce unwanted background noise in the audio. Now, if you're watching a podcast or maybe a tutorial where you have to follow along, you can go ahead and turn on the voice focus. So this will lower the volume of the music and other noise and boost voices. So if you have creators who basically add background noise in their video, you can go ahead and turn this feature on. So this will lower the volume of the music and other noises and boost voices. So go ahead and turn this feature on. Now press done and then go back to that video. So let me see if this works on my videos. While fingerprint animation don't add new functionality, they can dramatically improve the overall user experience. So unlocking your phone is something you do dozens of times. So I have noticed that it actually clears my voice more up. It makes it feel like I'm actually speaking in a mic. So there's an echo in my voice. So the biggest benefit here, you get improved clarity without any editing required. Instead of fighting against background noise, you can focus on what people are actually saying. So it makes the video easy to understand, improves accessibility, and creates a better viewing experience, whether you're watching social media content, educational videos, podcast, interviews, or your own recording. Now for years, sharing files between Android and Apple users could be frustrating. So thankfully, Samsung has made this process much more easier. So you can now share photos, videos, and documents with Apple users without relying on complicated workarounds. So let's say you've taken hundreds of photos during a family gathering and you want to send full quality images to relatives who use an iPhone. So instead of emailing huge files or sending compressed versions through messaging apps, you can send it directly through Quick Share. So let me show you how to do this. So here I have two phones. On the left, I have my Samsung S26 Ultra, and on the right, I have my iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now I want to go ahead and send some pictures from this phone to this phone here. So how do I do this? So before I do this, you want to go ahead and turn on the transfer between Apple devices and Samsung. So here you need to go ahead and open up Settings, find Connected Devices, then find Quick Share at the top, and now scroll down and find Share with Apple Device. Tap on this and turn this feature on. Now once that's done, press Home, and now you want to go ahead and choose a picture from your gallery. So let's say, for example, this car picture here. So to share this, go ahead and tap on the Share button here, then tap on Quick Share, and now your Apple device should appear here. Now if it's not appearing here, you want to go ahead and go to your Apple device, go into Settings, tap General, and then find AirDrop. Now here you want to go ahead and find Everyone for 10 minutes. So enable that. So now once you do this, your Apple device will show up on screen here. Go ahead and tap on this. And now this will basically send the photo from your Samsung S26 to your iPhone. Go ahead and accept this. And now the photo has arrived. It's that simple. Now let's go ahead and send something from the iPhone to your Samsung device. So here I'll send a green screen to my Samsung phone. So to do this, I'll just go ahead and share this, tap on AirDrop, and now you have to wait for the Samsung to appear here. Now, if you don't see it, go ahead and tap on Receive here, and then go ahead and tap on the three dots, tap on Settings, and here you want to go ahead and find who can share with you. So you want to go ahead and change this to Everyone for 10 minutes. Go back. And now once you do this, you'll see the Samsung device appear here on the iPhone. Tap on this, tap Accept on your Samsung, and now you receive the green screen. So this makes sharing file across ecosystem much more simpler. So you can do this with your MacBook, you can do this with your iMac, you can do this with your iPad, and also you can do this with your iPhone like I showed you. So whether it's family photos, work documents, or videos, everyone can access the files regardless of which device they're using. So this is great. So if you've been looking for lockdown mode in One UI 8.5, you may have noticed it's no longer available as a separate settings. So that's because Samsung has moved many of those security protections into the system by default, helping you keep your device secure without requiring you to manually enable anything. So let's say you're traveling, using public Wi-Fi, or carrying sensitive information on your phone. In previous versions, you may need to activate lockdown mode for extra protection within settings, lock screen and AOD, and then secure lock screen settings. But with One UI 8.5, Samsung handles more of these protections automatic in the background. So it is already on by default. So if you go ahead and try to power off your device, you'll be presented with this screen and you'll see lockdown mode right here. So what does lockdown mode actually do? So lockdown mode on Samsung phones is a security feature that temporarily disables convenient unlocking method and added extra protection when you felt your device might be at risk. So when enabled, lockdown mode would disable fingerprint unlocking, disable face recognition, hide lock screen notifications, require you to enter your PIN, password, or pattern to unlock the device. So this prevents smart lock features from automatically unlocking the device. So here, if I go ahead and turn on lockdown mode, you'll only see the time, the wallpaper, your network provider, and some indicators here at the top right. No other things you can see. You can only go ahead and swipe up, and you need to go ahead and enter in your PIN in order to unlock your device. So nobody could unlock your device using your fingerprint or face, even if they physically had your phone. They need a PIN or a password in order to unlock it. So this gives you the extra peace of mind and helps protect sensitive information stored on your device. So it's one of those features you may not use every day, but when you need it, you'll be glad it's there. Now, many people don't realize they can complete and sign a PDF document directly from your Samsung Galaxy phone. So you don't need a printer, you don't need a scanner, you often don't need any additional software. So Samsung makes it surprisingly easy to handle paperwork from your phone. So you receive an email containing a tenancy agreement that needs filling in and signing before the end of the day. So instead of printing out, signing it manually, scanning it, and sending it back, you simply open the PDF on your phone using Samsung Notes. Go ahead and add your details, add your signature, save it, and then return it. So how do you do this? So first thing, is you need to go ahead and download that PDF onto your phone. So I've already done that. Next, you want to go ahead and open up Samsung Notes. From here, go ahead and long press on Create New Note, Import PDF, and then go ahead and import that document. So this is a tenancy agreement, which I've basically imported. Now you want to go ahead and scroll down and you can go ahead and zoom in. Now, if you're not comfortable with the portrait view, go ahead and turn this into a landscape view. And like this, you can go ahead and view your screen much better. Now scroll down. If you want, zoom in. And now you can go ahead and start filling in these details here. So here, using your S Pen, go ahead and remove your S Pen. Go ahead and switch over to the writing mode. Go ahead and choose your pen. So I want a pen, a black pen. Now I can go ahead and start writing it. So here, say for example, the date, the 1st of the 1st, 2026. Now, if you find this really thick, you can go ahead and change this as well. So change the thickness of the pen. Go ahead and erase this. Let's write it again. So the 1st of the 2nd, 2026. So like this, you can go ahead and complete this information here. You can do your tick marks. Rent due date. So the 1st of 2026. So you can make all your changes. And at the end, you can go ahead and do your signature. Now, once that's done, you can go ahead and tap on the 3 dots and then go ahead and scroll down and find Save As. Tap on Save As and then Save As a PDF file. Now here you want to go ahead and find Standard PDF. So this allows text to be edited in a PDF editor, but not in Samsung Note. So go ahead and save that. Find where you want to save it. So in the download folder, I'll press Save, and then I'll go ahead and give this a name. Now, if you go ahead and preview this, you'll see that all the changes we've made on the PDF is being reflected in the saved file. So here I've added the date, the signatures which I've made, they're all there. So this can save a huge amount of time and incredibly useful for anyone who works remotely, travels frequently, and simply wants to avoid dealing with printers. So it's one of the most practical productivity feature available on your Samsung device. Now, before we wrap up, here's a bonus feature that could be one of the most convenient addition coming with One UI 8.5. So Samsung is making it possible to initiate Google Meet video calls directly from your Samsung phone app. So rather than opening a separate app and searching for contacts, you can start a Google Meet call from the same place you already make a regular phone calls. So to do this, go ahead and open up your phone call app. Now here you want to go ahead and type in your number or type in the person's name. So I'll put down here, I can go ahead and tap on this, and then this new icon appears. So this is the Google Meet video call icon. If I tap on this, this will now take me to Google Meet for Samsung Galaxy. So here I can go ahead and tap on Create and Share Link, and this will create me a Google Meet link. Now in this interface, I can go ahead and search for contacts. So whoever is on Google Meet, I can go ahead and make my calls. I can even go ahead and create a new Google Meet call like this, or I can go ahead and join an existing one. So as you've read, this is Google Meet for Samsung Galaxy. So there you have it, 8 Samsung Galaxy features that can genuinely improve your experience and help you get more out of your device. I'd love to know which feature was your favorite, so let me know down in the comments below. And if you discovered any hidden Samsung features that you think more people should know about, share those in the comments too. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button, subscribe to The Simple Dad, and turn on notifications so you never miss future videos. And remember, only 13% of my subscribers are actually watching regularly. So let's get that number higher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.